Welcome to another Maths Challenge video. Now, today I wanted to give you a bit of problem solving based upon the work you will have been doing this week on decimals through either White Rose or through the activities I've set you on My Maths and of course my pencil and paper activity. So this will build upon that. So do make sure you do some of those activities first. Now here's my problem. Some children have planted sunflowers and have measured their heights. And you've got Beth, Tony, Rachel, Kate, Faye, Emma, and you've got the heights of their sunflowers. And what I'd like you to do is order the children based on the heights of their sunflowers in both ascending and descending order. So you need to write the order twice. One order is ascending, make sure it's labelled up, and one order descending. Now, just as I explain this a bit further, I'm just going to leave this table here. You might want to take a screenshot of this table or pause it as you are working. So, I'd like you to create those two height lists, ascending and descending order, by sorting these out. Now, if you want to, you could stop the video here and you can go off and you can go and do this on your own completely with no help from me. If you have had a go and you're not sure, you can come back to this part of the video, or if you're not sure, you can carry on with the video from here, and I'm just going to talk to you a few things about it that you need to be careful of. Okay, so this is where I'm going to just give you, I'm not going to give you the answer, but I'm going to give you some help towards working out the answer. Now, the main thing to spot here is to have a really consistent measurement. You'll notice we're working in decimal numbers, but the first tricky thing that pops up is phase reading of 99 centimetres, because at the moment we do not have her measurement in metres. This is why there's a bit of problem solving to go here, because you can't just order these, because I bet some of you would be very tempted, and maybe you've done this, of putting phase as the tallest, because 99 is clearly bigger than all the other numbers. But it's not 99 metres, it's 99 centimetres. So the first thing we need to know here is how many centimetres are in a metre. Well, 1 centimetre is the same as 100 metres. There's a little bit of a clue here. Centi comes from the word 100 or hundredth. So cent is from 100, like century is 100 years. So centimetre basically means 100th of a metre. So how do I work out how many metres that is? So let me show you. I'm going to use a different number to hers, just so that I'm not giving you the answer. And I'm going to say what if we had 85 centimetres, and I want to change this into metres. Now the first thing I will always do is put my place value headers. 100s, tens, ones, decimal point. Remember my ones are in the middle, so tens and tenths, hundreds and hundredths. And at the moment I've got 85 centimetres. Now I know that there are 100 centimetres in a metre. So to get to metres, I know metres is going to be less. I'm going to have less metres than centimetres. So I know I'm going to have to divide. Let me just make sure you can see my division symbol there. I know I'm going to have to divide here, and I'm going to have to divide by 100. Now that tells me I've got to move this twice on the place value. I'm dividing, so I'm getting smaller, so I'm going that way. And each one of these represents 10 times, or 10 times more, or 10 times less. So to get 100, I'm going to have to move twice. So my 8 tens is going to go 1, 2, and it's going to move over into the tenths. My 5 ones is going to go 1, 2, and it's going to move into the hundredths. I've got a few more jobs here. I've got to have my decimal point, and I've got to have something in the ones, so I put a placeholder. So 85 centimetres is the same as 0.85 metres. Now let's go back to the problem. If you work out what phase is in metres, suddenly you will be able to start to order these. There's one other little problem that you're going to encounter. You'll notice all of these, apart from phase, which we've spoken about, have 3 digits. Ones, tenths, hundreds. Ones, tenths, hundreds. Ones, tenths, hundreds. Ones, tenths, hundreds. Except for Kate's. Kate's only has ones and tenths. So I'm going to show you how you can solve that problem. So I'm not going to use the number. Kate has 1.2 metres. I'm going to do it with something different. I'm going to do this with 1.6 metres. Now, I have my ones, always go to my place headers and my decimal point, and I have my tenths, and I'm hoping to have hundredths in here as well. Now I know that if I chuck something in my tens column, if I put a 0 here, because there's nothing in front of it, it doesn't change the number. This still says 1.6. The same rule applies over here. If I put something in the hundredths and there's nothing coming after it, I could just put a placeholder in. This number at the moment, it still says 1.6. So these are the same. So if I go 1.60, it's still 1.6, but it makes it a little easier for me to work with because it now has 3 digits. Let's go back to our problem. So if you convert phase into metres by dividing by 100, and you convert Kate's into 3 digits by adding a placeholder where the hundredths would be, suddenly all of your numbers will have 3 digits, and you'll be able to solve this problem exactly as you did the problem that I set for you on my previous YouTube video. So you can then go back, once you've changed these, you can go back to that YouTube video, and then you can have a go at doing it for this one. It just has those few extra steps. One last thing to mention, of course, I did ask for ascending, which means getting bigger and bigger, and descending, which means getting smaller and smaller. I always remember this: by ascending the stairs, you go up; descending the stairs, you go down. So if you're ascending, your numbers go up and get bigger. If you're descending, they go down. So don't forget, you should have 2 lists here. Well, I'm going to stop there. I'll just put this table back. Always have the table for you. Have a go at solving it. Let me know how you go. Please send me your solution. And as always, keep learning.